So, what is the New Age movement? What kind of a religion is this? What is it attempting to do? What kind of a mind state is it attempting to hold us in? On slide number 24, I have again, that archetypal depiction of the New Age movement with the people sitting on the grass meditating. And I call the New Age movement the last cul-de-sac before the gold mine. And I have a street sign of a cul-de-sac, which means no outlet, no way out. A cul-de-sac is a dead-end street with no outlet, which retards the flow of transportation. Okay, it gets you going around in a circle. That's what a cul-de-sac is. Many researchers who are informed have called the New Age movement the last cul-de-sac before the gold mine. What that means is the gold mine is where the real spiritual knowledge is at. And what that knowledge is knowledge of natural law, in conjunction with knowledge of how the psyche actually operates and the things that we just talked about the brain. They don't want that knowledge out. They don't want anybody understanding that that's how it works and then working on themselves and other people to heal that imbalance, because that's the end of their control system. And if you understand natural law, which is the macrocosmic laws of creation, in conjunction with that, you really cannot be controlled. And you're acting within right. You're standing in righteousness and defending right. So on slide number 25, I put down what I call natural law, what I call the New Age movement, and what I call it is the last religion before the gold mine. This is a religion that is set up deliberately to hold us back, to thwart our forward progress in true awakening. I call the New Age movement a spiritual cul-de-sac, a spiritual dead end with no outlet, which retards the true awakening process. It slows down or holds back the true awakening process. And that, what we are awakening to, is that there is no such thing as authority. That's what the awakening process is about. And anybody who's not talking about the control system in the New Age movement, anybody who's not talking about authority being an illusion, anybody who's not talking about the ultimate goal of the spiritual journey being true freedom, here on the ground, not in some fantasy land, not in some life to come, not in some other planet that or dimension that we're going to get taken to or ascend to. Right here on the earth. Right here on the ground where the work needs to be done. So that's what I look at the New Age movement as. It's a religion. When the other religions haven't worked and people haven't bought into those religions, you need to get them into one of these other religions. Government and the New Age movement are those two modern religions. Because before they just told you, oh, we're the intermediaries of God. This is your religion. You don't accept that. Our word is law. And that worked for a long time throughout human history. Until it stopped working. Now they had to come up with new religions called government and called the New Age movement. So what I'm going to do here for the duration of this presentation is I'm going to present 10 overarching main New Age movement deceptions or distortions of true teachings that come down to us in a completely distorted way through the New Age movement. Now, great advice for anyone is that if you are going to present something that is negative to people, always talk about the solution. That's why I didn't talk about all the negative stuff going on in the world and not give solutions to people. I put out months worth of solutions, practical, hands-on, everyday ways that we can do things differently to make a different manifestation come about. So when I present these New Age deceptions, I always counter them with what I call a New Age correction. So first will be the deception, and then I will follow it with the correction.